You are minding your own business at the gym one bright afternoon when all hell breaks loose. A shrill voice echoes across the clanging weights and whirring treadmills. Who starts screaming about a treadmill like it is her personal throne? Karen Thompson does. But she has no idea the quiet woman she is targeting is a professional boxer. How fast can one bad attitude turn into total humiliation? The local gym smelled like fresh rubber mats mixed with sharp sweat and faint lemon cleaner. Sunlight poured through the tall windows casting bright rectangles on the floor. Weights clanked steadily. Fans hummed overhead. Karen Thompson stormed in around 2 in the afternoon wearing her usual oversized hoodie and tight leggings that screamed entitlement. She was in her late 40s with perfectly highlighted hair pulled into a severe ponytail and a permanent scowl etched on her face. Karen ran the neighborhood homeowners association with an iron fist and carried that same bossy energy everywhere including the gym. She spotted her target immediately. Taylor Brooks, a fit woman in her early 30s, was jogging lightly on the treadmill near the window. Taylor had short cropped hair, a lean muscular build, and moved with smooth efficient strides. She wore simple black shorts and a fitted tank top with boxing shoes. To Karen she looked like an easy mark, just another newcomer hogging equipment. Karen marched straight over her sneakers, squeaking loudly on the floor. "Hey you! Get off my machine right now. I always use this one at this time." Karen barked loud enough that heads turned across the room. Taylor glanced over without breaking stride. Her breathing stayed even. She wiped sweat from her brow with a small towel. "Sorry ma'am. I will be done in 5 minutes. There are 2 other treadmills open right there." Karen's face flushed deeper red. Her voice rose higher. "Do you know who I am? I pay good money here. People like you come in thinking you own the place. You look too scrawny to even be here anyway. Move. Now." Taylor slowed the treadmill gradually and stepped off. She took a slow deep breath. The air felt thick with tension. A few members nearby paused their sets, exchanging uneasy glances. The gym trainer, a burly guy named Mike, noticed the commotion and started walking over. "Ma'am, please lower your voice," Taylor said calmly. Her tone stayed polite but her eyes sharpened. "No need to make a scene." Karen stepped closer, poking a finger inches from Taylor's chest. "Make a scene? You are the one taking what is mine. I bet you cannot even lift a real weight. Look at those skinny arms. Pathetic." Mike's voice cut in. "Ladies, let's keep it civil. Karen, you know the rules. First come first served on equipment." Karen spun on him. "Stay out of this, Mike. This little girl needs to learn respect. If she wants to act tough, let's settle it like adults. You and me right now. Show me what you got, weakling." The room went quieter. Someone dropped a dumbbell with a heavy thud. Taylor stood still for a long moment. Then she let out a soft sigh, her shoulders relaxing. A faint smile tugged at her lips. "You really want to do this?" "Oh, I am serious." Karen sneered, crossing her arms. "Unless you are too scared." Taylor nodded once. "Fine. But we do it properly. Over at the heavy bag area. Gloves on. No cheap shots." The crowd murmured. A few people pulled out phones. The smell of rubber and anticipation hung heavier now. Karen's heart pounded in her ears. She felt a rush of triumph, thinking this quiet woman would back down any second. But Taylor walked steadily toward the boxing corner, grabbing a pair of red gloves from the rack. "You guys seeing this?" Karen called out dramatically to the onlookers. "Watch me teach her a lesson." Taylor slipped on the gloves with practiced ease. She bounced lightly on her toes, loosening her shoulders. The leather creaked softly. Mike tried one last time, waving his arms. "Come on ladies, this is not how we handle things here." "Taylor, please, you do not have to. She is the one who demanded it." Taylor replied evenly. Her voice carried a new edge. "But if she wants to learn the hard way." Karen grabbed a pair of worn gloves, fumbling with the laces. Her hands shook slightly from adrenaline. She had taken a few kickboxing classes years ago and figured she could handle this. Nobody The heavy bag swayed gently nearby, casting a long shadow on the bright floor. They faced off in the open space. Taylor raised her gloves in a classic boxing guard. Karen mirrored her sloppily, her stance wide and unbalanced. The crowd formed a loose circle. Someone whispered, "Wow, this is crazy." Karen lunged first, throwing a wild right hook. "Who do you think you are?" she yelled mid-swing. Taylor dodged it effortlessly, her head moving just inches. The air whistled past her ear. She countered with a quick jab that tapped Karen's shoulder lightly. It stung more than expected. Karen gasped, stumbling back. "That all you got?" Karen shouted, breathing harder now. Her face burned with embarrassment. "Come on, fight me for real." Taylor circled calmly. Her footwork was smooth, almost silent on the mat. She exhaled steadily. "You sure you want more?" Karen charged again, swinging both arms in big arcs. The gloves smacked harmlessly against Taylor's raised forearms. Thud. Thud. Karen felt the impact reverberate up her own arms. Sweat dripped into her eyes, making them sting. Her breathing turned ragged. Why was this not working? Suddenly Taylor stepped in close. She unleashed a controlled combination. Jab. Cross. The punches landed with sharp precision on Karen's gloves and body. Each hit carried surprising power. Karen staggered backward, her arms aching. The crowd gasped audibly. "Wait. Who are you?" Karen panted between swings. Her voice cracked with confusion. Taylor paused for half a second, her eyes steady. "Name is Taylor Brooks. 3-time regional women's boxing champion. Pro record 12-1. Karen's eyes widened in shock. The words hit harder than any punch. Professional? Champion? Her mind raced. This could not be happening. She had picked the wrong woman entirely. But pride kept her swinging. She threw another desperate punch. Taylor slipped it and delivered a clean hook to the body. The impact drove the air from Karen's lungs with a loud whoosh. Karen doubled over, gasping, the rubber mat cold against her knees. Pain bloomed sharp and hot across her ribs. The crowd let out a collective "Oh." "Get up, Karen," Taylor said quietly, not mocking, just firm. "Or are we done?" Karen pushed herself upright, her legs wobbly. Tears of frustration and pain mixed with sweat on her cheeks. "This is not fair. You tricked me." "No trick. You started it," Taylor replied. She lowered her gloves slightly, giving Karen one last chance. In a final burst of anger, Karen rushed forward, screaming incoherently. Taylor met her with a perfect straight right. The glove connected solidly with Karen's jaw. The world spun. A bright flash exploded behind her eyes. Karen dropped like a sack of weights, hitting the mat with a heavy thud. Her body lay still for a few seconds, breathing shallow. The gym fell silent except for the distant hum of machines and Karen's ragged breaths. Mike rushed forward, checking on her. Taylor stepped back, removing her gloves calmly. Her breathing barely elevated. A small bruise was already forming on her own forearm from blocking earlier wild swings. Slowly Karen sat up, holding her jaw. Her eyes were wide with dawning horror. The realization crashed over her. She had picked a fight with a pro boxer and lost badly in front of everyone. Phones captured every second. Her reputation was ruined. Taylor offered a hand to help her up, but Karen slapped it away. She scrambled to her feet and stormed toward the exit, head down. The crowd parted silently. A few people shook their heads. One woman whispered loudly, "Serves her right." Later that evening the video spread quickly. Comments poured in. Karen Thompson became the latest viral Karen story. Her HOA meetings grew awkward as neighbors whispered and smirked. She tried complaining to the gym owner, but the manager had witnesses and the footage showed Karen initiating everything. Taylor meanwhile continued training quietly. She never bragged. She simply returned to her routine the next day, earning respectful nods from other members. The whole incident left Karen with bruised pride, a sore jaw, and a hard lesson. Never underestimate someone based on appearances. Respect the space and people around you. And most importantly, karma has a way of delivering justice with perfect timing, especially when you pick the wrong fight. In the end, the gym returned to its normal rhythm of clanging weights and steady footsteps. But every time Karen walked past the heavy bag, she remembered that sharp sting. The crowd gasped, and the moment she realized too late who she had challenged. Some lessons hit harder than others. And that is the truth, guys.